Bum, 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 bum. Go, go, Godzilla. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie and Point's movie review of Godzilla King of the Monsters, the newest film from director Michael Dougherty and stars Vera Farmiga, Kyle Chandler, Millie Bobby Brown, Ken Watanabe, Thomas Middleditch, Charles Dance, Sally Hawkins, and O'Shea Jackson. So, Godzilla King of the Monsters was my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year. It was a movie right behind Star Wars because Star Wars is always going to be one of my favorite, franchises. So it was always going to be my most anticipated movie of the year. So to say I was excited for this movie was an understatement. I was ecstatic by the trailers. The trailers were amazing. They showed off a level of scope that we hadn't seen in a Godzilla or an action movie in a long time. And it just really felt that Michael Dougherty was respecting the material of what Godzilla is meant to, the population as a whole. And that is the idea of monsters fighting other monsters and the destruction and the chaos that ensues. Well, the question everybody has is can this movie deliver on that expectation? Can it exceed that expectation? Can it just be an outright movie that we enjoy? And the question answered is yes and no. No, because the characters are flat, the characters are annoying, they do things that they just you wonder sometimes the logic in the character development, and sometimes these characters are just too stupid for their own good, and when they play out like they do, you're kind of grinding. It's like grinding on a chalkboard. It just sometimes it doesn't work, and that doesn't make all the characters bad because some of their motivations are kind of poetic in nature, but it's just sometimes it just doesn't work, and it doesn't work here. I don't think a lot of the characters were well played out. So a lot of times, like Pacific Rim or even the first Godzilla, where just characters do stupid things for stupid reasons, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And when you read a lot of other reviews, they say the same thing, where the characters themselves, the backstory and their motivation doesn't make any sense. And I kind of agree with that. I'm not saying that all of it's bad, but just going with the mindset this is not what you're going for, which is exactly what I wasn't going for. I knew the characters were probably going to be pretty bad. You're going for the monster on monster fighting. And I'm glad to say that the epic nature, the epic scope you saw in the trailers is 100% here. It's not 100% proof all the time, but when it's there, it's amazing. It's Oscar worthy. It's so insanely good looking that you imagine being there. If you actually feel like you're in the moment in the action sequence, there's points where I'm in awestruck just how mesmerizing it looks. I go back and I look at like rides like the Transformers ride at Universal Studios, and you're sitting there in awe because everything looks so big and looks like realistic to scale. And somehow Michael Dougherty and company and the visual effects team have created that feeling, and it's just insane to watch. When you see Rodan and King Ghidorah and Mothra and Godzilla himself, which I'm not spoiling anything because if you've seen the trailers, they're in there. It's just like insane to watch, and there's like visual flair that is just unmatched in any movie I've seen this year. And just when you look at King Ghidorah on the screen and you see him against a mountain, or you see him in the clouds, or you see Godzilla come out of the water, or you see Mothra and her beautiful nature of her wings and the brightness, and Rodan when he comes out of the fire, and it's so beautiful to look at, and it just makes up for the problems with the character development. And that's just something that it just unfortunately is a problem with the movie. But just the fighting, just the monster action, just the things that the monsters are doing, just what happens is just so mind-blowing and so good that I got goosebumps and I got chills, and you almost go back to being a kid watching those great adventure movies. And I don't know how a lot of people are going to receive this. A lot of people in the theater I went to see it with enjoyed it. Everybody was clapping, and then there's a cool mid-credit scene where they played the Godzilla song from Boy Hister Call, which is actually redone with another band. But it's really cool that they finally added that song into the trailer. I mean, the end credit sequence. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna go into too much spoilers because you have to go see this movie for yourself. But know that this movie delivers on spectacle and spectacle alone. You know, if you can get past the character talking, the dialogue, and the motivations, and just enjoy what happens with because there's a point in, like, I think about 20 to 30 minutes into the movie when the visual effects, the visual flair, it just becomes super insane and super beautiful to watch. And I can't get past how amazing it is. And it's a it's a quality looking picture. It definitely makes up for a lot of the action that you saw in the 2014 Godzilla movie, which this of course is a direct sequel of. But it's going to be interesting to see how this movie directly affects Kong vs Godzilla, which is coming out I think next year or the year after, to see how the two are going to coexist. But I think Michael Dougherty and the visual effects team knocked it out of the park. I think they did what exactly we want out of a Godzilla film, which is monster on monster fighting, and that's what makes it so special. But like I said, if you can get past the character moments, you're going to enjoy this as much as I did. So, but there you go. That's my take on Godzilla King of the Monsters. At least this is non-spoiler edition. I'll do a spoiler-filled review, I'm sure. But comment below when you see this movie. Tell me what you thought of it. Don't spoil it because other people haven't seen it yet. You know, like I always say, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button at the top. You know, tell me what you think of any of the videos to find out what I'm doing next. But otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these two videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.